Hey everybody, Rick Maycumber here for newsshooter.com, NAB 2015. And I am standing at the 3DR booth. It's pretty huge. This is a pretty large booth for a company. How long has your company been around?
Well, we've actually been around as a company since 2010, but before that we come out of the world's largest open robotics community called DIY Drones, which our CEO Chris Anderson started in 2007. So we've been around for a long time. We've been making products mostly for the DIY crowd, for the hobbyist community. Until the past few years, we've gotten some venture capital backing. We got $70 million this year in Series C, led by Qualcomm, and we are now dropping this huge, really great consumer product. It's intended for everybody to make flying easy for anyone. It's you don't have to know how to fly, you don't have to be a pilot to learn how to use it. And yeah, it's a really big moment for us, and we're super, super excited about it. Yeah.
And let me officially introduce you, Roger.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And the product is called the Solo.
Yep.
Okay, well tell me a little bit about it.
Cool. I mean, in a word, we say computers. It's the smart drone. I know that sort of sounds like, well, you know, why computers, right? Well, the whole point of Solo is to make the aerial photography experience easy and fun for anybody. And, you know, flying is pretty tricky. And we've been flying for years, and we've been wrecking copters for years. And it's hard to get cinematic aerial without real practice, as you saw yourself, right, on that flight simulator.
Yeah, I tried it, yes.
Yeah, and it's not so easy as it looks.
Yeah, and I'm no pilot.
Yeah, and it's easier still to try and get actual shots, actual cinematic shots. So we have these two computers on Solo. There's one on the copter itself, and there's another controller or computer right in the controller. And those two work together with the autopilot to enable automatic shot creation. So the computer handles all of the flying for you, and you get to be creative. The analogy that we have is like the brainstem and the frontal cortex, right? So Solo is your brainstem. It does all of that rudimentary thinking for you. It keeps the copter in the air. You don't have to have the skill. You know, we don't want to say you don't want to think while you fly, but Solo does the thinking. You now get to be creative. You get to look at the camera. You get to establish shots. It's about movie making. It's about seeing your world from above now. It's not about the skill needed to actually achieve it. We're trying to make it automatic, and we have all these smart shots that do it. It's super compelling, and we hope that the users have a lot of fun doing it too.
Yeah, because from my point of view, some of us cinematographers or directors, we know the shot we want. And I've flown for many years in helicopters with a pilot, and I'm directing the pilot. I know the shot I want to get, but with this stuff, you know, you really have, if you're going to fly it, you have to learn how to make it happen. But you're telling me some of these things are done automatically?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we were at the flight simulator, you were going to make an orbit around the Statue of Liberty, right? And like you said, I see the shot that I want, right? But really that shot, if you're being realistic, is about a year away from you seeing it now, because you'd have to, you know, get the skills down. You have to be able to do it smoothly. Sometimes you need two pilots to get these shots, right? Solo, you just fly up and you press the orbit button. It establishes that radius around the Statue of Liberty for you. Solo is locked onto it, and then you can fly as fast or as slow as you want to, or you can press play and Solo can fly, and you can adjust the speed as it's going completely smoothly. The computer can handle these algorithms at much, you know, finer grain detail than a human thumb can handle it. And it's super smooth, it's super pro. You get HD feed from the GoPro while you're doing this live, wirelessly direct to your phone, right? 720p. It's beautiful, it's crisp. No other drone can do that. It's, yeah, just a filmmaker's dream, but you don't have to be a filmmaker. You can be anyone, and Solo makes you a pro. Push the button, one touch, one take. It's really amazing.
And you were telling me that it actually charges the battery as well?
Oh yeah, so we worked with GoPro to make the gimbal, right? And so the gimbal is optimized for GoPro. It plugs right into the GoPro, and GoPro gave us complete access to the camera. So from your controller here, you can start and stop recording while you're in flight. You can take pictures while you're in flight, which you couldn't do before. You can adjust field of view. You can adjust the frames per second that you're shooting at. Any setting like white balance, aspect ratio, whatever you want to in real time. Plus, it powers the GoPro so your battery doesn't die while you're in flight. It has, whatever you want to do with the camera, you can do it now from the ground. And as GoPro gets better, GoPro 5 comes out, Solo gets better. That's the other great thing, is like we are not in the camera making business. GoPro makes these awesome cameras. Solo gets better as GoPro makes a better camera.
Now, what are you using for monitoring the picture itself?
Oh, okay, so you monitor the picture itself. There's two ways to do it. One is onto your iOS device or your Android device, right? You can pull that wireless feed, and again, it's 720. The Wi-Fi hub lets you take it from a half mile away. You can get a beautiful HD first-person view feed totally wireless from your drone right there. You can record that onto your phone and share it instantly to, say, Instagram or Facebook or whatever. It goes right to your camera roll. And you can monitor it that way. Or the controller also has an HDMI out right here for live broadcast. So you can plug this into any screen that has HD and you get live feed, beautiful HD quality from up to, like I said, half a mile away. So you can plug into Jumbotron, you can plug into like goggles if you want to, you can plug into a news van, yeah, whatever it takes it. Wow. Yeah.
That's cool.
And yeah, that doesn't compromise your feed at all so you get 2 of them. Yeah, absolutely.
And just briefly tell me, what is your relationship with GoPro right now?
We work with them. We teamed up with them on the gimbal, right? So the gimbal is made by us, and GoPro helped us to design it. So our relationship with them is really close. We love working with them. We love their cameras. When we set out to make Solo, we asked people, we took several surveys, what is the camera that you most want to put up in the air, right? 50 to 1 they want to fly GoPro, right? And we want to enable that, absolutely. It's a platform. As that camera gets better, then we get better. But that said, our gimbal bay, what the gimbal plugs into, we keep completely open. So Blackmagic has a small camera, right? That action camera that just came out. If someone wants to create a gimbal to access all of Solo's computing power and the smart shots and the autonomy and the ease of use and all of that stuff, right? But they want to make it for a Blackmagic, they can do it, and you can plug it into Solo, and now you don't have to buy Solo Blackmagic. You just have Solo, and you can get the gimbal for the Blackmagic. So it's a platform that's open, that gets better as people innovate on it. It's intended to be open, it's intended to get better, and not to limit you to one type of camera or one type of use.
So can we see some kind of a demo with one of your drones?
Yeah, we've got one flying right here behind us. Jeremiah, our pilot, is flying. I'm not sure where the camera is on it. So yeah, this is Solo. You can see it's mounted with not the gimbal, but with the frame. So Solo comes with the GoPro frame, vibration isolated, so you can start getting HD video. The day that you buy it, you can get that wireless HD feed. So he's bringing it over here. You can see the directional lights, the LEDs, blue and green.
See if you can turn it towards us a little bit.
Oh, who's flying it?
There you go.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, there's the GoPro.
Yep, there's the GoPro looking at you. And it's flying here with optical flow, right, which is an accessory that's under development that you're going to be able to buy for Solo. And so optical flow allows you to fly inside this perfectly. If it weren't for that, we'd be all over the place. There'd be Wi-Fi interference. You couldn't get GPS signal, but optical flow reads right down to the ground for incredibly precise indoor flight. That's a concept under development that Solo is open to innovation also.
Awesome. Anything else you want to tell us before we take off?
All right, man. Yeah, the puns, they're flying out of here, right? Yeah, so the thing that actually I am most excited about with Solo is that the computers don't just enable flight, and that to be fun. We want to consider the entire user experience. And the entire user experience is from purchase all the way to service and customer support. So our computers actually enable us to make these breakthroughs in customer support for high-tech, for drone technology. There's a computer in the controller, for instance, right? And that monitors 500 parameters of flight data at flight log, right, 10 times a second. So it takes these snapshots 10 times a second of everything that's going on in flight along all these parameters with the autopilot, and it's saved to the controller, not to the autopilot on the copter as it is with other drones. This means that if there is a problem, say you press left on the stick, and Solo's like, no, I'm going to go over to that volcano over there. Sorry, there was interference from a cell tower, whatever. Solo takes off, and you can't get the copter back. It's in the volcano, it's in the lava, right? You actually get a notice on your app, straight from the app saying, hey, it looks like there's a problem. Do you want to submit that last flight to customer support? You hit yes, obviously I do. We see that it was our fault. There was a bug in Solo. We replaced Solo. We replaced the gimbal. We replaced the camera even, the GoPro. We can do all of that because we see it from the stuff that's in your hands. You're not going to lose that flight data. And I'm super proud of being able to offer that experience and the ease of use to our customers and really reassure them and help them fly with confidence. Yeah.
It's cool. You got your own little black box there.
Yeah, it's your black box right in your hands. And yeah, I mean, yeah, we've invested in success, right? We've invested in our customer success. That's what these computers are for. That's what all the R&D is for. It's just to make it good, enjoyable.
All right, Roger. Thank you very much for your help. It's an awesome product.
I think so too. Thanks.
And I'm Rick Maycumber for newsshooter.com, NAB 2015.